A study showed that a real-time statistical graph of data of recorded canine abuse of a total of 8,382 abuse cases, 20.9% of these were pit bulls. The other 80.1% accounted for all other non-pit bull breeds. For my speech, I've used the following sources: www.pitbull411.com, pitbullsontheweb.com, www.dogsbite.com, aspca.com, petabuse.com, the American Pit Bull Terrier, and an interview with my pet, Ciela. My name is Adam Oxford, and this speech I'm going to give to you today will be about the following three subjects: a brief history of the American Pit Bull Terrier, dogfighting, and negative media influence on pit bulls. The American Pit Bull Terrier and its ancestors have an extensive history of fighting. In 50 AD, the Roman Emperor defeated the Briton chief, and in battle he saw that the chief was using pit bulls to fight. So he quickly exported the pit bulls back to Rome for fighting in the Colosseum. After the Normans invaded England, they introduced the sport of baiting. Baiting was the control of bulls by the butchers through the pit bulls. The pit bulls would actually lock on to a bull that was about to be butchered if it was rowdy or out of control. The pit bull would just stay locked on until the bull was submissive. After baiting was legalized in 1835 by the British Parliament, the public turned to the use of the American Pit Bull Terriers to dogfighting against one another. When these dogs were introduced to America, they assumed a much more humane role as a family dog. Stubby was the unofficial mascot of the 102nd Infantry Division during World War I and was awarded medals and ranked sergeant at the end of the war. Pit bulls had finally earned a reputation in America for a loyal, loving dog that they are. Until the past few decades, it's changed. Dogfighting, although illegal in all 50 states, still takes place in many parts of the country. The rules of dogfighting are simple. They're put to fight against one another until the other one is no longer willing to fight or dead. At the end of the fight, if the loser is usually put to death by the owner and deemed useless. Fights have become normal to take place on street corners and playgrounds, and participants include lawyers, doctors, and even veterinarians that take care of the dogs during the fights. One source said that in recent years, pit bulls have gained more than just a foothold in public awareness. Unscrupulous breeding and negative media attention have resulted in many apartment complexes, neighborhoods, and counties imposing bans on the breed, deeming them dangerous to the public. The media's influence on pit bulls has hurt the breed a lot. Over the past few months, there's been a lot of media attention on the breed. Every time someone gets attacked by a dog, it's usually blamed on a pit bull. Because of improper breeding, pit bulls are hard to identify sometimes. Somebody that is bitten by a dog and comes to the media with this information, the media will just blame the dog as a pit bull because it's good for ratings and it gets them money. Recent experience of mine with pit bulls and public awareness on the breed. The last weekend I took my own pet pit bull to the festival down the street from my house. Even though she was leashed, she was very eager to greet everybody and just a very friendly dog. I noticed that when small children would come up to pet her, their mothers would hold them back in fear of their children's life. I didn't understand this because my dog is the most loving dog that I've ever had, and it didn't make sense to me at the time. This is just an example of how the media has impacted the public's thoughts on the breed and why everyone has the wrong idea of them. In conclusion, there's an old English proverb that I'd like to quote: "Give a dog a bad name and hang him. The virtues of the dog are his own, his vices those of his master."